Well, here we are then, round 3 of Season 5 of F1 My Team. As today we arrive at the Portuguese Grand Prix at Portimao. First of all, if you haven't seen the previous one at Imola round 2, then go check it out, link up in the top right. And for this weekend, we are expected to struggle again, but maybe not as much because it's not as much of a power circuit. We have one big pit straight. And then the rest of the track is a lot of corners, so plenty of opportunities to possibly try to fight back. In terms of upgrades this weekend, we have 3 upgrades on the way, but none of them have arrived for the car for this race. So our car is essentially exactly the same as the last race at Imola. And these 3 upgrades should arrive after the race, and that should be in time for round 4 at Monaco. And that is where my focus is right now. You know, we're focusing on the next race, which could be the chance for us to kickstart our season once again. So yeah, a really big moment for us as we arrive at Portugal, because if we can survive this race and, you know, try and get a couple of points maybe, that would be awesome. So currently join me in Q1 as qualifying gets underway. Now around here you can usually do 2 push laps on the soft tire. You can get away with a bit of tyre wear and generally 2 push laps. Now the one thing and the one common trend this weekend I'm going to have is traffic, and this is a message to co-masters. I don't know what's happened, guys, since the latest patch, but the AI completely ignore blue flags on their at-laps in qualifying. I don't know what the hell has happened, but for some reason they don't seem to care. And it's not just a Portugal thing, I noticed it in Imola and also other tracks as well. So a message to you, please fix the AI on the blue flags, as we had to tackle Mick Schumacher there on our first lap. And then on my second one I tried to improve, but I got some oversteer and decided to abandon the lap. So right now we're sitting on a 1:15.1 as we have another massive moment with some oversteer. And yeah, we're going to just basically go back to the pits, get a fresh set of soft tyres on and go again. This time we're going to send it. Hopefully this lap is better. We do have traffic again, this time in the form of Nobuharu Matsushita in the Alfa Romeo, making our way up through turn 3 and 4. We do run just a fraction wide, getting a bit of dirty air from the Alpha, and then even then he won't get out of the way as we almost run to the back of him under braking here, and we have to back off the lap and just let him go. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it all down to the last lap. We're going to try and get some clear track, find some form of space, and fingers crossed no traffic. So here we go, a full lap of the Portuguese Grand Prix to try and get ourselves into Q2. Currently P19, we need to improve. So into turn 1, down to 6th, possibly 5th gear depending on preference. We keep it in 6th. Down to turn number 2, or technically turn 3, the hairpin. 3rd gear, short shifting up to 4th, carrying the speed through turn 4, taking plenty of inside curb as we open the DRS on the run down to turn 5. Brake at about 75 to 80 meters, down to 3rd gear, short shift to 4th as we get a big chunk of oversteer and use all the runoff curb to clean up the traction on the exit out there. Into the right-handers as we make our way into the middle sector in the technical part of the lap here. As we go over the top of the hill, the rear end very light over here, so be cautious and, you know, slow on the traction. Don't be too aggressive. Downhill, then back uphill into this double apex right, trying to get a late apex and great drive on the exit off the corner as we plunge downhill and then back up into this left-hand hairpin. 4th gear, pick up your apex. Easy does it as you bring the car over to the left, and then down 2 gears for the right-hander, which we make a bit of a mess of in fairness. Back on the gas though, power down on the exit, and we are 6.5 tenths up here, making our way up to the line. It's going to put us into the mid-14s. Will it be enough to get into Q2? We will find out very shortly. I think that was a 14.4 from us at the end there, and we do manage to get through in P16, so we make it just by about a tenth over Callum Ilott as Michael Schumacher gets knocked out in P20, unfortunately, in the second car. So yeah, pretty much that is the maximum we have right now. Now we move into Q2 and we are using a scrub set of tyres as we go into turn 1.
The underbody's taken some damage. I suggest we box so we can check it out.
So unfortunately we do get some floor damage. Also, again, traffic. George Russell gets in our way, and he's going to pretty much stay ahead of us the entirety of the lap. He's not going to move. You can see here we're still behind him at the end of the lap. I'm going to keep pushing because the floor damage doesn't feel too bad. We are on a scrub set. Running up to the line, we set a 14.9. So not too bad, half a second off what we've done in Q1. But you know, this is now our third lap on these tyres, and now we're on our fourth lap, trying to get one more lap out of these as we have a bit of a poor final corner, picking up some oversteer as we run up to the line, and it's going to be another 10th quicker, moving into a 14.7, and that will do then for us on our first run on a pretty old set now of soft tyres as we move on to our final run in Q2. All or nothing, 2 minutes to go, but you know what's going to happen here. Again, into turn 1, George Russell once again, but this time he just gets out of the way at the wrong place, and I don't know what is happening with the AI, but it's completely just ruining our qualifying, and it's not what I want. So again, we've managed to clear the track, get a bit of space, and finally now we can go for a full lap. So here we go once more, down into turn 1. Don't run too wide, otherwise you're going to get floor damage. 6th gear, carrying a lot more corner speed this time. Down to turn 3, 3rd gear, patience, short shifting to make sure the traction is nice and clean, taking lots of inside curb here through turn 4 as we open the DRS on the run down to turn 5. Brake at about 80 meters, 3rd gear, make sure you short shift and make sure the traction is very clean this time, as we do a really good job there of getting a nice exit up the hill and now into the technical section. 6th gear, right onto the white line, and then using 5th again on the exit of this corner here to maximize and clean up the traction. Down the hill, through the left, and then into the double right. Try to open up the radius of the corner, short shifting to maximize the traction and get a clean run down the hill. And now this is where all the lap time is, because we made a mistake last time. The final sector, keeping it nice and smooth here with the high gears through here. We get a very nice final corner there, keeping it nice and tight and getting some great traction and exit speed. And look at this, 6.5 tenths up as we make our way out of the final corner. DRS wide open across the line. We improve to a 1:14.1, 3 tenths quicker than Q1 in what was a near perfect lap. Unfortunately, it means nothing. We are still P16 and last in Q2. Even with that improvement, we are the only person in the 1:14. So yeah, that's the reality. We're still struggling, we're still off the pace, and we need to find more. So it's disappointing, but it's the reality, and there's not much we can do about that right now. So yeah, qualifying done for us, P16 out in Q2. Hopefully on the alternate strategy we can fight back in the race. But that is it from us. We're now going to move into the race.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and it's Pierre Gasly in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Charles Leclerc and Perez, Ricciardo, Russell, Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel, Ocon, Stroll, Christian Lundgaard and Giovinazzi, Martinez, Eilert, Nobuharu Matsushita and Nicholas Latifi, Sainz, Michael Schumacher, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Well, here we go for the Portuguese Grand Prix. P15 on the grid, and to be honest with you, similar situation to Imola. I don't know if we're going to get points. It's going to be very difficult. Again, I will be happy with a point. To be honest with you, we are just that far off the pace. You know, I've just accepted reality. I thought maybe it'd just be like a Bahrain thing because the AI are quite strong there, but Imola was quite a big slap in the face. And this is usually a strong track for the AI. So I think until Monaco, which is the next race, I truly don't think we're going to be able to fully find out our true pace. So yeah, we're going to just keep fighting, doing our best and see what we can do. Strategy-wise, it's going to be a one-stop. So medium to soft is what I want to do. The game won't let me choose that, but that's what I'm going to try and go for because that might give us an option. So yeah, fuel-wise, I'm going to go with 0.5 negative. I'm going to go a bit more aggressive this time. I'm starting to get more confident with the car and the fuel. So yeah, we're going to jump into the race and see what happens. Hopefully a decent first lap, some aggression to go with it, and fingers crossed a couple of places gained. Well, here we go. 5 lights at the Portuguese Grand Prix in Portimao. And we're underway. Reaction time, not great. We're going to cover off the outside as we go side by side with one of the Alphas. Into turn 1, we find loads of space on the outside and make up 3 places. down towards the hairpin though. Vettel's going to re-challenge and he's going to get back ahead for now. I'm going to try to slot in behind him on the run down to turn 4. Maybe we can pick something up here. On the brakes, up the inside of Sebastian Vettel here. We're going to just squeeze through, run him out of road as well. And just like that, already up into P12. So good start from us on the medium. Good aggression, picking the right lines and the right spaces. And we've gained a bunch of places. Now, can we maintain a race pace? That's kind of the key thing here and the thing that we're not able to do at the minute. And I say that, we run wide. Sebastian Vettel trying to get through, and we're already over a second behind Christian Lundgaard as we struggle already to keep up. And this is what I'm saying. Can we find some form of race pace to match up with these guys? It's going to be difficult. We're going to be taking a lot of pain on this pit straight. Until lap 3 when the AI stop running all their battery, we are going to be in trouble. And here comes Sebastian Vettel then. It looks like, actually, we're just about holding our own. I'm going to...
Michael is in the pits. Michael in the pits.
Move across there and defend as Michael Schumacher pits. So I was just able to keep Seb at bay there. That was actually the first bit of improvement we've seen in regards to straight arm speed this season. So good to see. I think we still lack quite badly under acceleration, but nonetheless. Oh, Sebastian Vettel with the lunges returning the favour from lap 1. We're going to get the better drive though on the outside line here. It's going to be a drag race down to the next right-hander, and Seb just nails it around the outside. Fair play. Can't do nothing about that. Just got to try and run with him if we can. We're going to have Stroll now for company trying to get by in the Aston Martin. Into the double rush. I'm going to take a bit of a shallower line to avoid getting lunged. Let's try and stick with Sebastian Vettel if we can. That'd be ideal if we can get onto someone's DRS and stay in the train, but it's easier said than done at the moment. Seems like at the moment we've got a respectable race pace. It's not terrible, but I think Stroll here is going to breeze past. I think I will defend.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within
no
1
point.
second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I just don't want to waste my entire battery trying to stay ahead. It's not something I want to do. Right now we're ahead of a few medium runners, Giovinazzi and Latifi, so that's what matters. Let's try and keep it that way. Let's try and run with Lance Stroll here. So this is our pace right now, low 17s. Here comes Giovinazzi using a fair bit of engine mode. We are dropping, looks like Latifi, who's just been overtaken by Matsushita, who's on softs. So it's going to be closer to me and Gio, closer than it was in Imola, put it that way. So clearly this track is a bit more suited to our car. Besides that big pit straight, you know, the fact there's a few more corners definitely helps us out. As Gio tried to have a look up the inside there, but didn't quite make the move. We may have a chance to actually drop him here out of the DRS range if we nail this middle sector. I don't think we had any contact, but Giovinazzi is losing a load of time. He can't keep up anymore. Maybe he's got damage. He did try to lunge me, but I didn't feel anything. So we'll see. Gives me a chance to breathe a little bit though and just kind of find my rhythm. Checo Perez in the pit lane, a bit earlier than expected, so we're all going to pace. We've got Carlos Sainz on the fight back. He's behind Matsushita right now, so Carlos, obviously I'm guessing let me take a grid penalty, so he's trying to fight back in this race. And he's on the soft tire, so he will be catching up quite shortly. I'm trying to not use any battery. I'm trying to charge up my ERS a little bit, so I'm using very little of it. Right, so Matsushita's going to probably pass me here. And I think Sainz is going to follow. Not going to drain any battery, no point. We've got Pierre Gasly there, leaving the pit exit. Oh, Sainz has gone for it. That was a bit of a sketchy lunge there from the Ferrari man. Green flag, yellow further back. I think someone's had an issue. Callum Milot out of the race. Will that trigger a safety car? I don't think it will. Here comes Carlos. I've got DRS myself, but we're going to let the Ferrari man go. Or do we? Yeah, I'm going to let him go. More cars rejoining behind us. It's a bit surprised that we didn't have a bit more pace, to be honest. You know, the softs I thought would be starting to fade, especially on Matsushita's car, but he's still going, so we're lacking a bit of pace right now. Well, I've dropped out of range as Sainz is going to pit, and here comes Daniel Ricciardo. We're not going to hold him up. Charles Leclerc not too far behind either, so he'll be getting past shortly. We've got Bottas leaving the pit exit. He has contact with Ricciardo. Wow, we have to get out of that. Jesus. That was close. Ricciardo possibly damaged, so we're going to re-overtake him. I'll be shocked if there's no damage to either car, but I think Ricciardo does have damage. Oh, that was close. That could have been a disaster. And Matt's issued the pits. A few more cars in there as well. So we'll go some places.
Caution.
Yellow flag. Oh my god, there's been a massive crash.
Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
Oh, Lando's out. Oh my god.
It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car. The safety car is out.
Whoa.
We need you to reduce your pace. It looks like there's a high amount of debris on the track.
What a miracle. Max Verstappen's out the race. Safety car deployed. We've had a miracle. What has just happened? Lando Norris
Check
out.
your MFD for a new strategy option.
What tire do we go for?
Confirmed.
It's got to be the hard tire, right? Oh my god, we get a free pit stop now as well. This is crazy. This might just be the race that buys us enough time to find something.
Michael is coming in for his stop.
This could be key for the championship. Right, we're going to box as we try to get our delta under control. Here we go into the pits. That's not speed. Do I want to go for a wing change? No, I don't. We're slow enough on the straight as it is. Loads of cars are in, by the way. Lots of them are going to have damage. We are going to drop out the points, I think, but we've got a massive chance to get some here today. What an opportunity for us here in this race.
Exit now.
2.6 and back underway. So we're going to rejoin in P12.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Now Carlos Sainz has to pit again. He's on softs, so does Mr. Daniel Ricciardo. Anyone on softs will have to stop again. So we'll gain those places back. Time penalties for Bottas and Leclerc. And all we've got ahead of us is really slower cars. So there's no reason why we can't get some points today if all goes well. We need to still have some good pace on these. But no more stopping. We might have a chance at something today. But that race is massive. As I mentioned before, for the championship, we may only get our 1 or 2 points, but crucially, that Verstappen DNF stops, and also Nando as well, it stops them both from building momentum and getting crucial points on us. So they've potentially both thrown away 25 points today. So if our car can improve in the next couple of races, we might look back on this as a turning point. I wonder if it's going to be race restarted on this lap. If it isn't, I may just go for a medium tire in the pit lane, as that could be a key choice. The Haas needs to catch up in time. I don't think he is. I think we're going to go for one more lap on the safety car. If that's the case, I think I might just bolt on some mediums and get off the hard tyre realistically, because we'll just have much better pace. Yeah, I think we're not going underway. We're going to go one more lap, so I am going to go for those mediums. It's a bit too far to go on softs, unfortunately. We're going to box.
Hitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Ooh, almost sped there. Right, let's go. Let's make use of this and get some mediums on. A lot of cars are on soft, so they're going to have to stop again. So we just got to be smart and hope that the race comes back to us in the second half. We should have better pace than those in the hards most of the time, those that are near our pace.
Go now.
Let's see, it's worth a go, it's worth a gamble. These are going to be much grippier than the hards anyway.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
So back on the way, get ready for the restart. Back on the way now for the restart. We've got a couple of Schumachers ahead, but everyone's on softs. So realistically, I don't think we're going to have to pace at first, but it will come back to us. The only cars that we can pass will be the Haas cars, maybe even Michael as well. After that, I don't know who, to be honest. So let's get ready for the restart. Timing this is going to be key.
Okay, clear.
Now we can go. The Haas is the only car that I know we've got the edge in terms of straight line speed, so we're going to go ahead and get Mick Schumacher straight away. Into turn 1 we go. Down towards turn 3. Oh my god, we've got a crash ahead. Yellow flag. Latifi stopped on track. Oh my god.
Some information on Latifi. They are out of the race.
What is happening? My god. what is happening in this race. Well, we've just lost out to Mick again because of that. See if his car parked right on the apex, and presumably there's a car here with damage. Let's try and get Mick again.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Oh shit, I'm surprised though, because he was just sat on the apex. Around the outside of Mick Schumacher though, we catch him napping. Whoever it is with damage is causing trouble, so we've got a chance here to make some moves. Michael Schumacher is next up. We're going to get Mazepin as well. Mazepin tries to turn in on us. It's Ricciardo with damage as we just sail around the outside. Oh my god, why are you moving like that? Under braking. We're going to get them all anyway. Lovely. Let's go with Leclerc here. So we're back where we were before the pit stop. We've lost a lot of ground to the cars ahead, but still. Giovinazzi's in. Perez in as well, so that's going to push us up to the points, I think, or P11. And all we've got then is past Leclerc, and we're in the top 10. So this was definitely a gamble worth taking. The AI are on something else today. I don't know what is going on, but they're on smoke. It's nuts. They are so aggressive in this race all of a sudden. So yeah, now we've just got to play the long game. We've got the mediums on. Let's use Leclerc. He might bring us back towards some slower cars ahead of us. So Leclerc's dropped us. He's a lot quicker. Personal best.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Which is all well and good, but Bottas is the man on track right now on the soft tyres. So we're not going to hold him up. He has got a 5-second penalty, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's academic at this point. Just going to let Valtteri do his thing, to be honest. No need to fight him. We're just wasting time. Just got to drive our race and go nice and long. And we'll get a chance later on. You know, the opportunities will come our way. Come on, Valtteri. Do your thing. Let's keep pushing here. We've got a couple of cars in the pits already. Russell and Tsunoda. Possible damage, who knows. Personal best from us. And just like that, we're now in the points. And there's going to be more cars who have to stop yet. Bottas has to stop, of course. He's on the soft tyres. Any other soft runner. And I think we can catch a pass from Matsushita here. As our DRS goes offline, which is unfortunate. As that's not going to help. But anyway. Points on the table here today. Just got to keep chipping away and keep the pace up. And again, more cars in the pits. Carlos Sainz.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
He was on softs, of course. He managed to do that extra stop. Schumacher pits as well. Gasly
Michael is in the pits. Michael in the pits.
If we get Matsushita here, we're staring at a P7, which would taste like a race win, to be honest. And there we go, Bottas pits. Dare I say, may have to serve his 5 seconds.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Yep, I think Bottas is serving his 5 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Either way, P7. Matsushita there for P6, right ahead of us. I'm struggling to catch. I'm getting like a 10th or 2 a lap. The pace still isn't quite there. Meanwhile, though, Gasly and Tsunoda are really catching. I want to try and stay ahead of Tsunoda if I can. Gasly will pass and catch. Or the other way around, he will catch and pass. Okay, Pierre Gasly behind. He's probably going to come through here. I'm just going to move to the right early so he can go to the left. That way we lose no time. We keep the throttle pinned. And we'll get DRS as well on the next straight, which is perfect. So that's worked out to perfection for us. Now we'll let Pierre chase down Matsushita. Hopefully we can catch him. Or to be fair, we still haven't got DRS. I forgot it's offline, which isn't going to help. There we go. DRS is back. Great timing. Tsunoda's catching up. He's getting close as well. So I really wanted to get the DRS, and this is my chance now to pass Matsushita. It's not a struggle on my tyres, to be fair. But here we go. It may not be on this straight, it may be on the one down to turn 4, but crucially, we get some DRS to take the pressure off a little bit. I don't want to use all my battery if I can avoid it, so I want to try and save a little bit that I have. There we go, we're closing in now. Helps out so much, makes such a big difference. Okay, I don't think we're going to pass him this time, I don't think we're close enough. Just struggling, man. I still, don't have great pace, even on mediums, compared to hard tyres. But this is just going to help me keep Tsunoda at bay. We're close to this lap. Don't want to pass him, though. We'll see. I'm not in a rush. Tsunoda's closing in, though. Here he comes. We get to open our DRS now and stretch our legs a little bit on the straight. You can see it's just going to be enough to help us stay ahead. And that's what I want the DRS for. To help us defend. I'll try and pass Matsushita now at the end of this lap. Oh, that curb just messed me up. I'm starting to lose my tyres a bit, so we kind of need to pass Matsushita now. Right, let's try again. Using the ERS. I'm still really far back though, like the Alpha can go on the straight. Sonoda's closing in, I'm having to use my ERS here. Never mind, we get a warning for track limits. So yeah, it seems like the crossover's happening and the hards are starting to get stronger. But yeah, that wasn't the lap I thought it would be, but it wasn't. And we'll try again. But again, I think I'm too far back. I'm just losing too much. Another warning, 2 in 1 lap. Bloody hell. That is not great. We're a bit closer this time. We're a 10th closer. Russell now has joined the party. Here we go then. I'm just running out of straight. The Alpha can go. What is wrong with my engine compared to the Alfa Romeo one? I don't know, but as clearly just still lacking a lot of power as Matsushita locks up. Can I get him through here? I think I'm too far back again. Yeah, I'm too far back. I think it's game over. Matsushita has just cranked up his pace on this lap, and I can't match him. You'll see on the Delta, he flies away on the straight, which is usually a sign when the AI drain all their ERS in the closing laps. I'll try, but he's pulling away. He's getting away from it. I just can't make it. I'm running out of straight. Last lap of the race now. But it's just proving too difficult. Matsushita is going to hang on here. I don't have enough straight line speed to make it happen. I can't get the exit. Just can't make it happen. Simple as. Sonoda's dropping off. I don't know what's happened to Sonoda. Maybe Woods will come back with Russell. I think he may have actually got some damage. I'm close to Matsushita, but I just can't get by, man. And now is when the AI usually run engine power. I can tell Matsushita's pulled away a bit. Yellow flag.
Green flag.
That's behind us, unfortunately. Yeah, now the AI really pushing out. Matsushita's dropping me. I'm on for a personal best and it's not gaining me anything. Oh my god. Come on, let's just hold on. Hold on to P8. Wanted P7 so badly, but we'll take P8. Valuable points. Drain the battery. All the way up to the line. Oh no, we might be in trouble here. This is going to be close. Come on. P8. Yes.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
They take the checkered flag then here in Portimao in what has been another outstanding Grand Prix. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
As today's winners make their way up the podium steps, the folks at Alpine have shown once again what it takes to build a successful Formula One team. A well-deserved win for them.
I don't need to say anything, to be honest. We scored some points, but I think that top 10 speaks for itself. What a race. Absolutely bonkers. No Mercedes, no Red Bull, and only one McLaren in the top 10. What a race. Absolutely insane. Ocon is a winner. Sebastian Vettel P2. Where have we seen that before? That does ring a bell. Both Aston Martins in the top 4. Lundgaard on the podium for Aston Martin. So fair play, of course, Lundgaard, our Season 1 teammate in my team. So congratulations to him. But let's look at the standings after that race. So the Drivers' Championship, we are down in P17. So yeah, we're way down right now. So bit of a painful one. as most of the midfield got some big points in that, including, you know, Lundgaard P9, Stroll P11. So yeah, Verstappen crucially gains nothing, so he's still out front. 10 points clear Gasly, but 0 is going to do plenty of damage in the championship. In the constructors, we're down to 9th. Alfa Romeo overtake us to P8, Alpine up to P4, and Red Bull still lead the way by 13 points over Mercedes. And yeah, pretty much that is it. We're going to move to the laptop, and we're going to do more upgrades heading into Monaco, which I believe is next. Now, back in the office, we've got quite a big gap until the next race in Monaco, so plenty of time to get some more work done. We've got a press interview on the 18th, which we are going to skip. We want to focus on the upgrades, so we're going to pass on that. First of all, activities. Now, plenty of time to kind of, you know, fill these out. Funded team events straight away to improve the morale. Second driver performance review to improve Schumacher's confidence. Actually, I'll say that one for later on. I'll do it closer towards the next race. I want to try something. We'll do a vehicle PR filming. We'll go ahead and do aeros maxed out. So we'll just do a sponsor event and a second driver performance review. And that'll do. We don't need the other two because it's not really important. So 2 upgrades arriving on the 6th, another one on the 8th, and we can add some more. Now, what I do want to do before we move on is buy resource point upgrades, so more specifically facility upgrades. Now, for the chassis, I want level 2 on the level 3 actually on the build time. We're going to speed this up a little bit. So with that done, we can now move over to the powertrain. I would do a chassis upgrade, but the engine ones are much cheaper, man. I feel like, I mean, we do need these. Ferrari need to step up the game. When is this going to arrive? 1st of June. That should be soon, actually. Right, we're going to go for... Let's have a look what options we have on the chassis, and I'll make a decision. So, brakes can wait. That's not important right now. Hydraulics, lightweight wheel rims, heat dispersing wheel rims. I think we're going to go for the lightweight wheel rims, to be honest. We can get those on. And we'll do an engine power upgrade shortly after this, once we get a few extra R&D points on the 10th. Now, bad news, before we even get to that day, we've had a failure. So 2 of the chassis upgrades have arrived. The fuel tank repositioning and the engine cover is in, but the heave dampers for the tyre wear has failed. Luckily, it's the less important one out of the 3 that's failed. So we'll go ahead and repurchase that, 325 points. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to afford getting the engine upgrades until the 17th, I don't think. It's the 17th and we can afford another upgrade, so we're going to go for the cylinder head on the engine power. 20% discount, we're going to take that. And that is going to be it for development. It leaves us with 2 currently on the way. Constant improvements, you know, just trying to bring that car back to what it was. And I think for the next race in Monaco, we're going to have a slightly better package. So yeah, with that said, Monaco next up. It's got to be a good race for us, man. We've got the best aero in the field, hopefully. So, you know, I'm confident we can, you know, fight with this. I mean, we've got every single upgrade. If we just load up the aero in that race, we should be competitive. You know, the lack of straight line speed shouldn't be a problem. So, no reason why Monaco should not be a return to form for us. You know, maybe even as high as a podium. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more for daily F1 content on my channel. As always, a big thank you to the channel members for supporting the content. And finally, check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them. But that is it from me here today, and I'll see all of you next time.